guys, welcome back to B&B Sports, and today we are going to be doing a video. It's a little bit late, but on playoff teams and explaining their playoff experience with 3 words. This is from, I thought of it and took it from The Herd with Colin Cowherd, and I really like what he did, so now we're going to put it in the video today on only playoff teams. So we're going to start with the first game of Wild Card
and how they did in the playoffs.
Yeah, and how they did. So it's based on how they did and how they'll do, and and the rest, and what we thought of 3 words to describe that game and describe that team. So we're going to start with the Colts, and so it's just a 3-word letter. Sorry, I have to get this. Okay. So my thing for the Colts is Luck is back. Andrew Luck, he's had one heck of a season, and nobody expected him to come back this strong, and he really did. And he showed up in the playoffs. They won a game. They shut down the Texans, and they can. I see them going far with a great defense too.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I have the potential because they do. Like after that game, I didn't think. Some people thought they were going to get far, but in my opinion, I didn't think because they're such a young team.
Yeah,
Quentin Nelson.
I thought they were going to be the Texans.
Line. I mean, and Andrew Luck. I mean, he's just a young player.
In the playoffs, I thought they were going to be the Texans, but I did a predictions, and I said they were going to be 2-14. I just can't see Andrew Luck getting out of his injury, and he did that, and I thought that's pretty amazing. So our next team is going to be the Texans, and what I said for the Texans is not a playoff team. They did win a game, a couple of years ago in 2016 against the Raiders, and that was one of the worst playoff games I've ever seen. They are just not a really experienced team. I think they get vulnerable in the playoffs. I don't think Bill O'Brien is a great coach for the playoffs, and they're not a scary team. They have a terrible offensive line that, even if they get that better, I think they can be good, but I really respect Hopkins and Deshaun Watson, but I just can't see them doing well with this offensive line.
I wrote an easy division, which is agreeing with you.
Exactly.
I don't think because in years past they've had a record 8-8, and then they get in the playoffs, lose first round.
Other than the Colts,
This year, I mean, it was. I mean, I feel like they're always in front because they just always have like a decent squad. But the division was pretty good. Like
this year,
Colts, Titans.
But the Titans have easy schedules. The Jaguars don't have anything. The Colts are the only other good team.
I'm never thinking of that division as
the scary division to look out for. And so the next team we're going to do is the Seahawks, and I said for the Seahawks, they got badly outplayed by the Cowboys. They couldn't stop Ezekiel Elliott in this run game. I mean, it was just like watching it. They had the kicker problem. Janikowski got hurt, but that's a whole different story. They just couldn't stop the run, and that's why they lost. They really got outplayed that whole game, and they couldn't get themselves going.
Yeah, well, I wrote they had no chance, which is like from the start, in my opinion, because the NFC was so stacked, and the Seahawks barely got the whole season.
They looked so hot, and then
the whole season I was kind of like, the Seahawks are doing all right. And until like the last 3 games, I didn't even know they were in like the hunt for a playoff.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I feel like at the beginning, against the Cowboys, I feel like I knew they were. I mean, it was actually a pretty good game, but you kind of knew they were going to lose.
But Russell Wilson's very good. They just need a lot of improvement. And the Cowboys, I said not very interesting. I don't see them as a dangerous team, really. I mean, other than Zeke and Prescott, I think Prescott, is okay. They have a good defense. I understand that, they beat the Saints, but I don't think they're better than the Saints. I don't think they're better than the Rams. They lost the Rams, as you know. So I don't see them as a dangerous team. Like when I think of dangerous teams in the NFL, Saints, Chiefs, Rams, Patriots, Chargers, all those teams are dangerous. I don't think of the Cowboys as really a dangerous team, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I did. I mean, they're bad. I said bad for NFC, for like that conference. the NFC. Because, I mean, all these teams, as a 4th seed, they're not, like... For some reason, they had ups and downs. I feel like the Saints, who was in front of them, Saints, Bears, Rams, were just way better than them. Like, had a big... It was a big, like... I don't know what the word is. It was a big distance from the level... I feel like the Bears were way better than the Cowboys.
Yeah, and I just I don't think they're great in the playoffs under Jason Garrett. I know they have, a ton of wins. Ravens, sadly, our team put in Joe. I wrote actually a blog on this in my blog, but they needed to put in Joe Flacco, and they didn't do that. I thought it would have changed the game. I got more depth into this in what I wrote, but, you just have to change up the speed. Everyone wanted them to get in. I was going to write terrible offensive line, and I understand Lamar Jackson didn't have the greatest offensive line in that game, but I think they had to change something and put in Joe Flacco.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote Lamar's too young, which I'm not the biggest fan. Yeah, it's good experience for him, but, I mean, he just did horrible. He was nervous in the beginning.
Yeah,
he was so nervous. He's just too young. He's not experienced at all. Did Louisville get in any big when he was there? Did they get in any big games or anything?
Yeah, I mean, he puts up numbers at Louisville, but, the NFL is completely different. He works for the Ravens.
I feel like he's never been, a big playoff type.
But I think he can play under pressure, and I think he likes it. But he just has to get over that hump. Chargers, dangerous for 2019-2020. I don't know if that's 3 or 4 words, but I kind of combine the years. They are such a dangerous team. They have a great defense, and they have great offense. I think they have a top 3 offense and a top 3 defense, and one of the best coaches in the league. If you got all that, you're a dangerous team, and they're going to win their division. I think they'll win it over the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Patriots outplayed them, which they just because everyone thought going into that, the Chargers
had a chance.
Yeah, because, it was just kind of surprising. The Patriots, they just completely...
Their defense.
Yeah, they shut down everything. The defense of the Chargers, they play good against them. The offense, they just got completely outplayed.
Against the Ravens, yeah. Eagles, right through Alshon Jeffrey's hands. I would say it cost them the season. I thought they were going to score on that drive to win the game. But right through hands, and it cost the season, I think, and I like them in the rest of that game, and I like them against the Rams, and I like them in the Super Bowl. Love to see that rematch. Just never ended up happening.
I think they shouldn't have won at all against the Bears. I feel like it was just lucky.
Or getting right to them. Yeah.
They shouldn't even have been in that round against the Saints, in my opinion. I think they played well at the end of the season. I don't know. They're just a 6th seed. What was their record? 9-7 or something.
Hey, better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, they were pretty good, but for some reason they shouldn't have been that far in it.
For the Bears, a double doink. I saw that. I literally wanted to cry. It was just so sad. It was a double doink to lose the playoffs or lose that game. A double doink. I was so rooting for the Bears. I thought they were such a great team.
Yeah, I know. That's why.
But sometimes people are mad at him. Sometimes you just don't get it could have gone either way, and it goes that way. And he hit the post so many times. So, you can watch highlights of the season. He hit the post a million times. And, it was kind of sad.
I wrote, where's the offense? There was literally... what's his name? Mitch Trubisky. He's young. But I feel like they just have no. It's different than I feel like it's kind of like the Ravens, but the Ravens have it's probably the same thing. But
yeah,
I feel like the Bears just have no one except for Trubisky.
Well,
But he has no
on
one that can really
offense.
pass. Yeah, on offense. But I mean, their defense was just so good, but their offense just there was.
I think the problem with the Bears going forward is Trubisky's kind of like a one-season wonder type thing. All right, Saints, unfortunate season end. I did think the Saints complained a lot because they did have a chance to win that game, but it was unfortunate, and I have to say that, that ending, just got to deal with it and move forward, and, it's an unfortunate end on the bad call.
I thought they deserved in the Super Bowl. They deserved the win. That's why I did. They deserved the win. Because that call is outrageous. They should have been in the Super Bowl. Because think about it. They would have been, if they called not the faces, helmet to helmet. And the PI.
Just pass interference.
Yeah. but it could have been.
And I think you can point fingers on all the bad calls
they
in
would
the
have
game.
been at the 10-yard line, and that would have...
They would have run down the clock, ultimately.
Drew Brees would have been able to get a touchdown, in my opinion.
Well, they would have gone for a touchdown.
I know.
They would have just iced the clock,
But still, I agree. They should be that mad. It's the Super Bowl that they would have gone to. It's just such a bad... They deserve to win it. They could have won the Super Bowl, maybe.
But,
it would have been better.
My for the Rams, I said, come on, Jared Goff. The defense played a heck of a game again in the Super Bowl, and Jared Goff didn't show up because he was scared to death. In that game, you could just see it. Sean McVay said in the beginning, I see it in his eyes. I think he's going to play a good game. And the look in his eyes was terror. Sean McVay had it wrong in the beginning. He was just scared that whole game, and it was kind of sad. I don't think the Patriots really deserved that Super Bowl.
Yeah, I thought they just were not championship contender. Of course. For some reason, at the beginning of the playoffs, I feel like they were the Eagles last year. They were 1 seed. I don't know.
They were 2.
Yeah, they were 2. Well, same thing. Well, Jared Goff's young. I don't think he's the greatest quarterback in the NFL. Their defense is pretty good. Their offense, I don't know. I feel like they weren't that good of a...
I can definitely see where they're going where they're a little bit vulnerable.
Yeah.
They're young.
Yeah, they're really young.
But they can be vulnerable, and I think they can be really good. So
I don't think they should have even have been the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
They just shouldn't have... I don't think they were ready for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patriots, again and again, I don't know what to say. They just keep winning. Tom Brady's getting old. I really don't think he's that good anymore. Again and again.
Oh.
Yeah, again and again. Just, that's all I can say. It's kind of not exciting. And them again, I just don't know really what to say.
I wrote too much experience because, it's just, it was the worst situation. Jared Goff, who has 0 experience, who's scared to death. Tom Brady, if he's over there, if he loses his game, he's like, oh well, I still have 5 other rings. Yeah,
Yeah.
And it was just, Tom Brady had the most experience you could get. It was just a bad situation.
For the Rams, I thought they were going to win, but experience.
You actually thought they were going to win?
Yeah. I thought it was going to be a shaky start, but we got to finish this. And finally, Chiefs, bad run defense. Cost them the Super Bowl. There's always a weakness in a team. That's their weakness. And if you can't stop the run, that's a problem. But I think they have a really, a super sun bright, lighting future.
Patrick Mahomes.
If they get a good middle linebackers and linebackers, it'll just be unbelievable. Pat Mahomes does things that are just unknown to mankind. It's just unbelievable.
For the Chiefs, I did just the complete opposite of the Patriots. No playoff experience. A first-year quarterback. They had no defense. I don't think many of these players have been in this situation. They were in the first round last year, but I feel like Chiefs have never been a big, important game with a solid team like that. It was just
I
Tyreek.
think
I don't know. They just weren't ready for it.
I have to say that this team, this is very interesting because they can clearly see now that they can win a playoff game because they play the Patriots tight. That is going to be huge going forward, that they're not scared in the playoffs anymore. That'll bring us to the end of the video. I know it was long, but thank you for staying with us. If you did, for B&B Sports, I'm Brooks.
I'm Ben, and we'll see you next time.